From Los Angeles to a worldwide audience, this is Boaz Power TV, where we take your life to the next level. Now, internationally known speaker and author, here's Boaz.
Hi, welcome to the Power Show. You are part of the Power Nation, and I'm so delighted that you're here. This is episode number 176 on Boaz Power TV, and I call this one Positive and Negative Inputs. Now, here at the Power Show, we help you to improve your attitude, your relationships, your finances, and your career as we take your life to the next level. And boy, positive and negative inputs have a lot to do with attitude. The story is told about a little boy who came home from school and said to his mother, "Mom, I'm afraid I flunked the arithmetic test." His mother responded, "Son, that's negative." Little boy said, "Mom, I'm positive I flunked the arithmetic test." Well, all of us are surrounded by either positive or negative people. It's easy to identify them. It really is. Check their wallets or purses. They're card-carrying members of either the building crew or the wrecking crew. In order to transform your life and to be successful, you must create relationships with ambitious people who are positive and encouraging people who will help to build you up. Negative people are part of the wrecking crew because by discouraging you from achieving more, they tear down your ambitions, and thus it's easier for them to justify their lack of success. Well, since what we focus on expands, spending time with negative people will lead us to think the way they do, while spending time with ambitious, action-oriented, positive people will encourage us to be more like them. In your daily life, if anyone approaches you with negative comments, suddenly, may I suggest, find yourself late for an appointment or on your way to an urgent meeting. Negative people pull us backwards. Positive people help propel us forward. In addition to staying away from negative people, be careful what thoughts you allow to enter your positive mind. Champions stay away from radio and television news as well as newspapers. I used to be a newscaster. They didn't tell us to find positive stories. They told us to look for murder and mayhem. In fact, our slogan was, "If it bleeds, it leads." The news, radio, and television, full of negative information. And by the way, don't watch a late news before you go to bed. You're programming your mind for violence. Have a nice night. I figure that if something really important happens, someone will let me know. Reading powerful, positive affirmations every morning and evening instead of the newspaper, instead of watching radio or television news, will reaffirm the value of spending time with the building crew. An example of a good positive affirmation would be, "It's fun and very productive for me to spend time with positive, action-oriented people." Let me repeat that. It's fun and very productive for me to spend time with positive, action-oriented people. One mental game that you can play with yourself is the grease your shoulders technique. I don't know where this came up, but anyway, it's really productive. Pretend as if you've rubbed some grease on each one of your shoulders, a very thick grease. Grease tends to be very slick, right? That's why it's put in wheels, so they can roll very easily. Now, if someone, whether in a business situation or a relative at home, says something negative that is destructive, use the following mental technique. As those words come to you, see them hit the grease on your shoulders, and those words just fly by. They just slide right off of your shoulder. Don't let those words stop at your ears. Just see them fly right by your ears. It's as if you suddenly developed a temporary hearing problem. Let those words fly. Immediately change the subject. Now, you want to be sure somebody nice is not standing behind you, okay? Because you don't want those words to hit somebody nice. Now, immediately change the subject as if you didn't hear the negative comment and move on. After a while, the person who made the destructive comment will stop because they'll realize that you are not playing that negative game anymore. And it is a mental game, isn't it? I'm positive that you will now take action toward eliminating negatives from your life. The improvements will be dramatic. The mind is like a bank account. Positive influences become positive deposits into your mental bank. Negative influences are like costly withdrawals. Let's pretend that you have a balance of $10,000 in your mental bank. Each positive deposit for this example will be worth $100. Since negative inputs have by nature a much more powerful effect than positive inputs, we'll give each one of those negative inputs a $500 loss value. So every time someone says something positive to you, you get a $100 deposit into your mental bank. When you take in a negative comment, there is a $500 withdrawal from your mental bank. If you take in 2 negative comments one morning, $1,000 has just been deducted from your $10,000 balance. In the afternoon, someone gives you a positive comment and you get a $100 deposit. At the end of the day, your $1,000 withdrawal is offset by a $100 deposit and you have a net loss of $900, or a balance now of $9,100 in your mental bank. How long, do tell me, how long would it take at that pace for you to become mentally bankrupt? Since most people seem to spend the majority of their time living on the negative side of life, is it any wonder why their mental bank is constantly overdrawn? That type of balance does not lead to success and high achievement. Determine now to take control of your mental bank. Determine that you can no longer afford negative withdrawals. Determine now that it's easy for you to take charge of your mind and your thoughts. Take control of your mental bank and decide to constantly build a positive balance. So here's the affirmation for this episode of Boaz Power TV. It's a positive affirmation. You may want to write it down. It's profitable for me to spend time with positive people and to guard my mind from any negative influences. One more time. It's profitable for me to spend time with positive people and to guard my mind from any negative influences. Thank you for joining me. If you like these messages and many people around the world find them highly productive, please do me a favor. Forward this to 5 people you know. Suggest they go to my website, boazpower.com, and they can also subscribe to the free weekly broadcast of Boaz Power TV. You are special, you are unique, you are destined for greatness, and I believe you are choosing to build your mental bank with positive ideas and positive people. I see it in you. You are a champion. Have a powerful day.
This has been Boaz Power TV. To comment, see other episodes, or to subscribe to this free broadcast, go to our blog at boazpower.com. That's boazpower.com. We're here to take your life to the next level.